Jaguar Wright has set social media ablaze with a blistering tirade against Christian rock. And this time, the controversy cuts deeper than fame, drama, or music. Her explosive livestream, now circulating rapidly across platforms, was not about petty feuds or chasing headlines. It centered on something far more serious: Christian's baby, Chrisean Jr., the young child caught in the middle of one of the most turbulent celebrity parenting storms in recent memory. Jaguar unleashed a raw and emotional stream of accusations, addressing Chrisean directly and by name, claiming that she had put her child in serious danger. In the heated clip, Jaguar called out a troubling pattern: missed calls, abrupt hang-ups, and what she implied was a breakdown in responsibility and communication. Her voice trembled with frustration as she laid bare what she described as alarming incidents behind closed doors. Gone was the Jaguar who sparked debates for entertainment. This version was urgent, emotional, and deeply concerned. With the internet watching, her words turned the spotlight squarely on the safety of a child, raising questions that go far beyond celebrity gossip. Jaguar's claims, though unverified, struck a nerve with viewers who could sense the passion and conviction behind her voice, whether you agree with her or not. Her message was impossible to ignore. There is a child at stake, and someone needs to speak up. Jaguar Wright did not hold back. She challenged Chrisean not just as a public figure but as a mother, accusing her of chasing clout while her baby allegedly suffers in silence. Her emotional outburst peeled back layers of pain, not just for herself but for what she claimed Chrisean Jr. has endured, highlighting whispers about CPS's involvement and hinting that the child's recovery may already be compromised. Jaguar's Instagram quickly exploded. Some users fiercely defended Chrisean, but many others expressed relief, saying, "Finally, someone said it." This was no longer petty drama. It felt like a cultural reckoning. To understand why her words hit so hard, you have to look at the slow-burning chaos surrounding Christian rock, the reality TV blow-ups, the unfiltered live streams filled with twerking, shouting, and spiritual jargon, the concerning footage of her baby limp in the background, club appearances with the child in tow, and missed medical appointments that raised more red flags than sympathy. Fans hoped motherhood might center her, but instead, it seemed to amplify the chaos. Leaked medical rumors, CPS check-ins, and the eerie silence of a child who rarely reacted on camera led to growing concern. Yet no one with a platform dared to speak up. That is, until Jaguar Wright lit the fuse and forced the world to stop pretending nothing was wrong. Jaguar Wright isn't one to back down. A legend of neo-soul, and one of Black entertainment's most formidable truth-tellers, she's fearlessly called out power whenever she's seen it, from corrupt label executives to household names like Jay-Z, Diddy, and Alicia Keys. So when she turned her attention to Christian rock over allegations involving Chrisean Jr., she didn't tweet shade, she dropped a flame bomb. In a gripping 12-minute Instagram live that quickly went viral, Jaguar addressed Chrisean directly and repeatedly, her voice trembling with raw emotion and her eyes flashing with both pain and urgency. She did not hold back. "I don't care how famous you are. That child isn't a prop. Not a storyline. He's a human being," she said with conviction. Her words cutting through the noise of social media and resonating with viewers who had also been watching the troubling content unfold. Jaguar revealed that she had been silent for weeks, choosing to observe from the sidelines, desperately hoping someone within Chrisean's inner circle, whether it be a family member, a close friend, or a manager, would step in and take action for the sake of the child. But as days passed and the content only worsened, she realized no one was going to intervene. What pushed her to speak out was not just one isolated moment, but a disturbing pattern. She referenced videos that had gone viral where the baby appeared limp while being carried, clips of Chrisean twerking awkwardly while holding the child, and rooms filled with blunt smoke while the baby was present, all of which were publicly circulated and heavily criticized. These were not just moments of poor judgment. To Jaguar, they were signs of deep neglect and a growing crisis that needed to be confronted. The public spectacle, she argued, had transformed the child into a visual background piece for entertainment and drama rather than respecting him as a vulnerable, developing human being. "I'm not staying quiet anymore," she declared, officially breaking her silence. Her words were more than a rant, they were a plea, a warning, and a wake-up call all rolled into one. She emphasized that fame and followers should never shield someone from accountability, especially when a child's well-being is at stake. As Jaguar's video continued to spread across platforms, Many viewers found themselves reflecting on the thin line between celebrity culture and exploitation. Supporters praised her courage to speak up, while others called for deeper investigations into the child's living environment and well-being. Jaguar's message was simple but powerful. Caring for a child is a sacred responsibility, not something to be sacrificed for attention or clout. And with that one live video, she shifted the tone of the conversation around Chrisean's parenting, not from gossip, but to something far more serious, a question of safety, neglect, and accountability. She also revealed details from a nurse who had allegedly conducted a wellness check on Junior, though unnamed. The nurse reportedly described in disturbing detail a baby who wasn't reaching developmental milestones, no vocal sounds, no reactions, no growth indicators. That child ain't right, Jaguar relayed. And instead of helping him, they're passing him around like a prop while she chases fame. Her live broadcast ended with a stark warning. I'm saying this now before something irreversible happens. You think CPS isn't paying attention? Keep watching. Within hours, the internet erupted. Clips of Jaguar's stream garnered over 5 million views on TikTok. Blogs and news outlets dissected every frame. The hashtag Jaguar said it started trending. And even celebrities dropped subtle nods of support or reposted Jaguar's message with knowing emojis. Some argued she was chasing clout. Others called her brave. Yet everyone agreed, she voiced what many were afraid to say. And now the focus wasn't Chrisean's public persona, it was the well-being of an innocent child. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock's representatives posted, "This is harassment. Jaguar doesn't know what she's talking about." In response, Jaguar shared a screenshot of a DM from someone allegedly inside Chrisean's circle saying, "We tried. She doesn't listen to us. Maybe she'll listen to you." That message made it clear even those close to Chrisean sensed there was a problem. That moment became the spark that ignited a full-blown internet firestorm. Within just a few days, social media transformed into a growing archive of Chrisean's troubling past behavior as a mother. Clips that had previously been overlooked or dismissed suddenly resurfaced, now carrying new weight in the eyes of the public. Old live streams re-emerged, capturing moments where Chrisean appeared to curse loudly in the presence of her baby, sometimes nearly dropping him while distracted or emotionally charged. One particularly haunting video, which had been deleted long ago, drew renewed attention after it was reposted by a concerned user. In that clip, Chrisean could be seen pacing back and forth, screaming into her phone during an apparent argument, while her baby, identified as Junior, sat quietly in a bouncer seat, staring forward with no vocal response or visible facial expression. Viewers began to express growing concern, not just about the chaos around the child, but also about his own behavior and reactions. It was not long before pediatric experts and child development specialists started weighing in online. Several pointed out that a child his age, under normal circumstances, would typically show signs of engagement, eye contact, smiling, or responding to stimuli. Junior's stillness and blank stare, they argued, could be indicative of developmental delays or emotional detachment. The tone of the conversation shifted drastically. What began as criticism of Chrisean's loud or reckless parenting choices quickly evolved into a serious discussion about the child's well-being and whether he was receiving the nurturing and stimulation required for healthy mental and emotional development. Parents, therapists, and social workers joined the conversation, sharing insights and red flags they had learned from both professional experience and personal parenting. The issue was no longer just about Chrisean's lifestyle or social media antics. It had become a case study in what happens when a child grows up in an unpredictable and potentially unsafe environment. Some called for interventions, not out of judgment, but from a place of concern for the child's future. The hashtags #SaveBabyJunior and #ProtectTheInnocent started trending across platforms, while a few still defended Chrisean, saying she was a young mother doing her best under pressure. Others argued that her actions reflected a dangerous lack of awareness and stability. As these conversations gained traction, people began urging authorities and child protection services to look into the situation, not to punish but to ensure the baby's safety and emotional health. What was once entertainment had become a serious reckoning with accountability, mental health, and parenting in the public eye. The outcry has reached a fever pitch, with the #JusticeForJunior dominating timelines across platforms. What started as a few disturbing clips has now snowballed into a full-scale public intervention. Social media users are urging Chrisean Rock to log off and seek the help she clearly needs, with many emphasizing that her child's safety and well-being must come before her image, fame, or online presence. The pressure is not just coming from critics, fans, mental health advocates, and even some fellow celebrities are joining the call for action. The demand is clear: prioritize the baby. Allegations against Chrisean have begun to take on more weight now that they are being supported by old videos, live stream clips, and what some say are clear developmental warning signs. And at the center of this storm is Jaguar Wright's explosive live stream, which did more than just fan the flames. It threw gasoline on a fire already burning. Her blunt warnings, emotional pleas, and bold accusations opened the floodgates for others to dig deeper, to pull receipts, and to piece together a pattern that many say has been hiding in plain sight. Pediatric experts are now weighing in, child advocates are speaking up, and the public has turned into a kind of jury, watching every move as if waiting for the breaking point. This is no longer about cancel culture or celebrity gossip. It is about a child, innocent and vulnerable, whose future hangs in the balance. With every new clip, tweet, or voice recording that surfaces, the stakes rise. The question echoing across the internet is no longer what is going on, but when will someone intervene? As the days go by and concern continues to grow, the world is left watching and wondering if help will come before it is too late. Jaguar Wright did not hold back when she confronted Chrisean Rock, accusing her of chasing fame while her child, Chrisean Jr., suffers in silence, a claim that struck a nerve with the internet. Jaguar's emotional outburst went beyond criticism. It peeled back the layers of an ongoing crisis, exposing Child Protective Services visits, missed medical checkups, and troubling videos that have sparked whispers for months. Fans have long questioned the baby's well-being, why he seemed unresponsive during live streams, why he was in nightclubs, and whether he was developing normally. While most public figures avoided speaking out, fearing backlash from Chrisean's unpredictable following, Jaguar stepped into the storm, claiming that the chaos surrounding Chrisean has deep roots in unresolved trauma and destructive patterns. The cultural impact of Jaguar's words was immediate. Some defended Chrisean. Others praised the honest debut. No one could deny the seriousness of the allegations. And she did not stop there. Jaguar Wright, already known for her unapologetic stance on celebrity accountability, declared she had more damning evidence: video clips, messages, and screen recordings that would leave no room for denial. She claimed this material would expose what she saw as a dangerous environment for Chrisean's baby and force action, even if official systems failed to intervene. If the courts won't step up, the people will, she said in a follow-up post. The intensity of her words sent social media into overdrive. Suddenly, this was no longer just about one celebrity's parenting. It had become a movement. Hashtags like #ProtectJr, #ChrisEan unfit, and #FreeJaguar began flooding platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. People who once dismissed Jaguar as loud or messy were now praising her courage, calling her the truth teller of the culture. A tweet that quickly went viral said, "She warned us about the industry, about Diddy, and about all the dirty games. Jaguars always had receipts. If she says that baby's not safe, we need to listen." Another account with over 3 million followers echoed the same. "Y'all laughed when she cried about Diddy, but now y'all see she don't miss." Others began sharing their own parenting concerns over Chrisean's online behavior, reposting past live streams where she seemed more concerned with clout than care. Some followers were heartbroken, others furious. The situation escalated so quickly that it began to feel like something more serious was looming. Every news story, clip, or tweet from Jaguar felt like a warning shot, making the public brace for what might come next. This was no longer just a social media feud, had become a national conversation. The debate went beyond Chrisean herself, and opened broader questions. Who decides when a young, inexperienced mother needs intervention? Is fame shielding people from necessary accountability? Are children being sacrificed for social media content? As thousands chimed in, experts and child advocates started speaking up to backing Jaguar's concerns and calling for wellness checks and state intervention. No matter what side people took, one thing was undeniable: Jaguar had everyone's attention, and she was not letting go. With every post, she reminded the world this was not about drama, was about a defenseless child possibly in harm's way. This was not just another chapter in celebrity gossip. It was a sobering reckoning, a call to protect a child who many now feared was caught in a dangerous storm. He never asked to be part of the conversation surrounding Chrisean Rock's parenting took a sharp public turn as not just fans, but celebrities began weighing in with pointed concern. Summer Walker reposted Jaguar Wright's livestream, writing, "When moms speak, especially the loud ones, listen. That baby's silence screams pain." Even Cardi B, usually tight-lipped on messy drama, chimed in under a viral CPS video, bluntly stating, "IDC, if she's my sister or my op. If your baby's crying like that and you're live yelling into your phone, you need help. Period." Saucy Santana added his voice to the growing chorus, saying he once gave Chrisean the benefit of the doubt, chalking her behavior up to youth, but now, that baby don't need vibes. He needs peace. The most striking commentary, however, came from Charlamagne Tha God on The Breakfast Club, who declared, "I don't care about your music or your followers. If your child isn't safe, you failed." He played the now infamous "he's fine" clip and let a heavy silence hang in the air, forcing listeners to sit in the discomfort. The fallout was swift. Brands reportedly began backing away. Sponsorships were reassessed, and sources claimed Love and hip-hop producers were instructed to blur or cut footage featuring the baby entirely. Worried about legal liabilities, even Spotify allegedly pulled Chrisean's recent podcast episode from its trending charts due to public backlash. Meanwhile, Hollywood insiders began whispering. An anonymous blog post titled "The Baby That Broke Reality TV" criticized her for blending motherhood with constant content creation, writing, "She thinks every moment is content, but babies need quiet, not chaos." The internet was torn. Some defended Chrisean, arguing she was young, trying her best, and unfairly targeted as a black mother. Others were done making excuses, calling it exploitation and trauma. As pressure mounted, Jaguar Wright teased a final blow, a countdown, 12 hours to a video drop that, she claimed, would change everything. When the timer hit zero, at exactly 7 p.m., Jaguar uploaded the footage to a backup account, her main page having mysteriously vanished. The post read, "You wanted proof. Here it is. #SavicGrazinger." The video, blurry but chilling, appeared to be captured from a ring or hallway camera and immediately gained over 1 million views. And with that, what started as online gossip transformed into something much darker, something that could impact Chrisean's parental rights, career, and even her freedom. The public wasn't just watching for drama anymore, they were watching for justice. A haunting video has now ignited the most intense wave of scrutiny yet in the Chrisean Rock parenting saga. In the clip, Chrisean is seen storming out of a house, furiously shouting into her phone, noticeably without her son in her arms. Behind her, a man clearly mid-argument with her appears, and within moments, he's caught on camera placing Baby Jr. on a couch with zero support. No pillows, no protective barriers, just the child left unattended. Then, the man walks away, leaving the infant completely alone. Over this unsettling scene, Jaguar Wright's voice narrates with chilling calm. She left him, in the middle of a fight, with someone who wasn't even family, and she didn't come back for 7 hours. I have the timestamps, I have the raw footage, this is the truth. What followed was a digital earthquake. Social media imploded. Hashtags like #WHERES and #ProtectBlackBabies trended globally within minutes. Massive Twitter spaces opened for heated discussions. Major outlets, like TMZ, Hollywood Unlocked, and The Shade Room ran with the story. Then came the game changer. An alleged insider from Los Angeles Child and Family Services leaked that not only were there multiple prior reports, but that the newly surfaced video had triggered an emergency-level investigation. Translation: real, legal consequences could be imminent removal, custody hearings, court supervision. The public waited for Chrisean to respond, but her platforms went eerily quiet. IG Lives deleted, stories gone, fan pages scrambling to share old clips to divert attention. Then, in the early hours of the morning, she posted a single black square. No caption, just silence. The internet speculated wildly, was this her shutting down, breaking under the weight, saying goodbye? It only got darker from there. A voice memo, allegedly leaked from within her team, surfaced on Reddit. In it, Chrisean can be heard saying, "They all against me. I didn't do nothing wrong. He's my son, not theirs." But it was her next words that truly unsettled people. "If they take him from me, I got no reason to be here no more." That one line sent chills through every platform. This wasn't gossip anymore. This wasn't just a scandal. It was a mental health emergency. Even Jaguar, who has been at the forefront of this exposé, went live again and, for the first time, sounded visibly shaken. "I didn't do this to destroy her," she said. "I did it to wake her up. But I think it might be too late." Her final words, "I hope someone reaches her before the darkness does," cut through the noise like a blade. Then the stream ended. Now the world is watching, not for drama, but for answers. Will Chrisean step up and seek help? Will CEEP intervene? Is there still time to prevent this story from spiraling into a true tragedy? Jaguar's revelations have shattered the internet, but the real question is, can anyone put the pieces back together before it's too late for Chrisean, for her son, and for everyone caught in this emotional crossfire?